What is going on, guys, and welcome once again to Creator Chats, where we talk to amazing content creators who are on Gank, who aren't on Gank, basically professionals in the field. And we have musicians, we have cosplayers, we have VTubers, we had wrestlers on here before, and today we have another very cool addition to our Gank family. We have custom dice makers. I know you guys are excited for this because we actually have had a bunch of reels where we were talking about dice from Dicerino, where they were actually sharing trade secrets on how to make the dice and like different types of dice and how they're used in games like Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm yapping too much, but I don't know as much as they do. So without further ado, let's introduce Mara from Dicerino. So here we go. Mara, say hi. All right. So I think that they can hear you, right? Can you say something? Okay. I think we're good. So wait. All right. So guys, this is Mara. She's from Dicerino, and yeah, let's start with the questions because we have a bunch of questions on here, and later we're gonna be announcing two of the giveaway winners mid-stream, and then at the end we're gonna announce another two set of winners, right? So we have 4 winners for these custom dice that we had you make for us. So somebody on the comment section said hello from Jin. So hi Jin. So all right. So I guess that's somebody who joined our little giveaway. So let's start. Before we start with the live stream questions that we prepared, I want to know how did Dicerino start? Can you give me some lore? Oh shoot, hold on. Wait, I'm so sorry. They can't hear you. Can you talk again? What the heck? Hold on. They can't hear you. Oh my gosh. What is happening? Oh no. Hold on, let me just fix this. It was working a while ago. Okay, let's go. Much panic. No audio from Mara. So guys, technical difficulties. Let me just fix this up a little bit. So uninstall. Okay, she's saying she's gonna be back. Just a little bit. Let me just fix what is happening though. Okay, thank you guys for pointing that out. So we can cut that. We can fix the settings, properties, and can you talk?
Hi.
There we go. All right, guys, I think you can hear her now, so I can see it in my feedback loop. Okay, can you speak?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're good. We're golden. Okay.
Coming back to that question, I started making dice mainly because I was looking for dice.
Mhm.
So during the pandemic, I started to really get into D&D,
Mhm.
and that's when I started to look for dice that is inspired from my characters. It was kind of hard to find shops at that time. There wasn't much dice makers in the Philippines, especially during the pandemic. So, I decided maybe I should make my own. And we just bought off a mold from Shopee.
Oh.
And, we had normal resin, any generic things that we can find so that I can make dice on my own for my character. And then eventually we invested a lot into it. We enjoyed it a little bit too much, up to the point of having a shop ourselves. And of
Okay.
course, our own molds, our own designs, and everything else.
Okay. So I have another follow-up question. You did this for your character, right? You wanted to be... Was it like... What was your character? I'm curious.
Okay, my first character was actually a pink tiefling.
Mm-hmm.
He was a rogue. Technically, he's a warlock rogue character.
Okay.
And I couldn't find the right chameleon type of dice because I was inspired by a chameleon for his design. And
Okay.
all I were like plain pinks. And eventually, I actually just remade his dice now, as in just a few days ago, and I'm so much happier now that I'm able to make it.
Okay. So since he was a pink chameleon, so I'm assuming your first set of dice that you made were pink.
Yes, it was.
Okay, okay. So, all right, let's get into the questions. Let's go to the first one. So we have a bunch of good questions. So hope you guys can stick on by for these because I'm also personally really curious about these answers. So, what is your favorite dice-based board or tabletop game? I
Well,
feel like I know the answer.
if it's, I don't know if it's obvious. It's actually D&D.
Okay,
So
obviously. Okay, why D&D? Why D&D?
because it's what I was familiar with. Most of my friends were already playing D&D, or at least I've overheard it many times before. I actually started playing online with strangers, but eventually I was able to gather a few friends who were also just as curious as I was. Um, I was first a player for a longest time, and then suddenly I became a DM. I read all the books that I can read, the manuals that I can
Oh my
read.
gosh. I
Fell in
can't
love immediately.
I can't imagine being a DM. Like honestly, I play D&D. I play D&D a lot. I play Baldur's Gate, all that stuff. I play D&D with my friends, different sets of friends. And DMing, like whenever I hear one of my friends DMing, I get so intimidated. Like how can you do that? How can you be you have to be neutral kind of, right?
Yeah, you have to be like neutral, no bias. I'm actually running like literally 5 games at the moment.
see, look, 5 games simultaneously. So it's like a campaign, a really long campaign. And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure you have like a book where you keep track of where you're at in every one of those campaigns.
Oh yeah, I have a DM screen. I have a notebook.
Oh
The
my
first
god.
campaign I had like 2 notebooks and a G drive filled with sessions.
Oh man, that's crazy. I can't imagine doing that. You have to keep track. I have a hard time watching multiple shows at the same time. So every time I watch like a series, I'm gonna watch one at a time. I gotta finish one before going to the next one. And here you are with 5 stories. You're weaving all at once, and you gotta switch it up every single time.
I'm actually really enjoying because I'm not really a strict DM. So whenever I play, I really do just enjoy their role play. It's so fun to see your players really get into the role play.
Yeah, the
I've
first
had players
time,
out in public.
actually, the first time I played D&D, it was in a public cafe. So it was in a public cafe, and a random friend of mine was like, "Hey, come over to the cafe. I'll teach you how to play D&D." And I had zero expectation. We made our characters there on the spot, everything, and I started off kind of like stiff. I wasn't very comfortable like being in character. But then as the hours went by, we took like 4 hours. So as the hours passed on by, I slowly lost myself in the character, and toward the end, when we were trying to defeat the final boss, we were shouting in the cafe. We didn't realize we were screaming our heads off, and then all my friends. There were three of us. Aside from me, there were 3 other people, so there were 4 of us in the party. We were shouting, like we were panicking and shouting, and people were staring at us, and we didn't know until we finally beat the boss. We snapped out of it. We were like, "Oh my gosh, guys!" We were going crazy. That was fun.
You're really gonna get into it. That's the thing. And as a DM, it's so fun to see your players really enjoy it. Like it's your story, and then suddenly they're really getting into it. And I'm glad that you're also enjoying your DM story very much.
Yeah, I guess that's what makes a really good DM. They're story weavers, they're storytellers, and they know how to kind of like get the person to disconnect. Like at first when I was playing, I was using my phone a little bit. I was like, okay, I'm waiting for my turn to use my phone. And then after I stopped replying to people for like 3 hours. The first hour was like me on my phone trying to pass time, and I lost myself in the game. So yeah, D&D. But okay, I know you like D&D. Do you play any other games that need dice? What's your second favorite recommendation?
I've actually tried to dabble with Magic the Gathering,
Mm-hmm.
Flesh and Blood. I'm
Flesh and Blood.
trying to get into Warhammer, but it's so expensive.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I play all the games you mentioned. Magic the Gathering,
Oh,
I
yeah.
have like 4 or 5 decks. They're commander decks. Flesh and Blood, cheaper to get into it, but it's newer, so the community is a little bit smaller. But it's growing really fast. Really cool, actually. It's like an RPG because you're playing a character, right?
I keep seeing Flesh and Blood. That's why I've always been curious.
Yeah, it's a cool game. It's a cool game. And Warhammer. Oh my gosh. When I graduated from college, my first paychecks, they all went to Warhammer. Like I painted the figures and everything. I got like lizards that ride dinosaurs. That's super over the top. Lizards that ride dinosaurs, man.
Like
I don't know how.
everyone that I have asked for the Warhammer info, all of them have warned me that the amount of money that I'm going to give to
Yeah, dude.
Warhammer.
Not even kidding. The painting, you're gonna start painting at first, and then if you get lazy, you're gonna commission someone else to paint for you. That's what my brother did, I think. And yeah, it's a rabbit hole from there. You buy figures normally to make your army bigger or cooler, but then at some point you're just gonna buy the figures because they look cool, and they're not really good for your army. So yeah, Warhammer. And but that's a very dice heavy game. Dice and ruler. You need one of these um rulers, like the tape measures and stuff. That's how you move.
Oh, so that's how it is. Yeah, I've tried to like observe every now and then, and I keep seeing like they have this 12 set of dice and like pataas, and it's a lot.
Yeah. It's pretty cool because you can play anywhere. Like since there's no actual board where there are like panels or anything, you move based on the like centimeters or something, like inches pala. You move
Oh
through
my god.
inches. So you can play on, let's say, a rocky surface, and those, if there's like parts of the rocky surface that are higher than the other parts, you get advantage. Like higher ground gives you better aim, and if you're in the lower ground, you have crappier aim, you know? Pretty
Oh my god, so
interesting.
that's how it works. It's all terrain.
That's right. So, yeah, next question. Okay, you answered what inspired you. Well, not really inspired you, but what got you to make dice at first. It was like you wanted to make your own dice because you wanted the perfect dice for your character. But what inspired you to make dice? Did you see somebody else making dice or on YouTube? Who are your inspirations?
Actually, I've dabbled in resin for a long time now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it was only when I was looking for dice that I realized that yeah, resin can also make dice. So of course, the first place I went to is like YouTube, and then I went to actually I found Ribonator. Ribonator was the first one that I found, and when I started looking around, I saw other dice makers like Dispel and Cassiopeia dice, and I was like,
Cassiopeia dice.
oh my god, they're amazing. And then it just kind of inspired me na, hey, maybe I can also make as fantastic dice. Maybe. Especially Sambalan Mages, they're a Singaporean dice maker. They are just absolutely gorgeous dice. And every time I look at it, I'm like, oh, maybe I should also make Filipino based dice.
And look at you. You had a booth in Renfaire. We had a lot of international guests and big content creators go to Renfaire, and they all saw your dice. And now you're doing stuff with Gank, which is super, super cool. We really are happy that you decided to join, this live stream and the giveaway. Super cool. We loved your booth in Renfaire. We loved it. We kept going back. Justine, I think you were talking to Justine or Ciso.
Oh my god.
Yeah, she is a big. Yeah, she plays D&D every week. So she was so ecstatic when she learned that we were gonna work together. So yeah, thank you so much for that. And your dice, can I just say they're amazing, with like with something inside it that's crazy. Like man, I don't even know how to start. Like I can barely paint. And then here you are making dice with custom flowers inside them and stuff. And we're gonna show the Patty dice later too.
Okay. Hindi ko muna papakita.
Not yet. All right. Next question, third question. So two more questions before we do the first two giveaways. Ito. Do you game? Are you a gamer?
Video
Video
game?
gamer.
Yes, I am.
Okay then. Cardboard versus computer. Which would you say is better? Because I know some people play D&D online as well. So, like
Okay.
analog versus like digital.
Okay, so what do you mean? Like, is it better to play board games versus video games? Or did you mean playing D&D in both platforms?
Okay, first board games versus video games.
Okay, honestly, sa lahat all of the video games that I've played, I have never been more invested in a character for when I play D&D. like for board games.
Mm.
But then, of course, I just learned to appreciate a lot of video games kasi. Like, okay, Baldur's Gate 3. Uh, I'm totally my partner is also totally invested in that. I can't really compare which is better because you're both playing a character of your own.
Yeah, that's true. But
Um,
I guess it begs the question: you can visually see your character in Baldur's
yes.
Gate, but then when you're playing D&D, it's imagination.
Yeah, but that's where the fun goes then. Like you get to commission these artists,
Yeah,
you get to make these mood boards, and it's like the freedom of creating your character. In video games, because it's usually you have a fixed character most of the time. I mostly play horror games, so most of the characters are fixed. Pero in D&D, I was more invested, or at least more in the board games. I was more invested because I get to make the whole world myself,
that's
and it's
true.
all
That's true
I
because
can't
in Baldur's Gate, you join an adventure that already exists, and there's a path. Like you can make choices that will change the story, but it's still a world that already exists. But in D&D, you can be in Coruscant fighting dinosaurs. Like you homebrew that stuff, and you can do whatever you want, right?
Yeah, that's the beauty of the board games. It's like the ultimate freedom in creativity. Though I'm not opposed to playing video games. Video games are great. There are open world games as well, and you get to meet other people in the other side of the world. So I can't really choose which is better.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you were to lose one, I mean, if you were
Oh,
to keep one, board games or video games, like one will be erased from your memory. It doesn't exist in history ever. Which one?
oh, I can't erase board games from me. I have to keep D&D in my heart talaga. It's different. It hit different.
All right. And that's true. That's true. Like if there was like a like electricity ending event or something like that, people can still play board games. It's just the imagination.
Mm-mm. It's
Someone said,
it's
yeah,
so much better.
yeah, it's so much better because anyone can play it. You know how, like how some stricter parents, they don't allow kids to play video games when they're too young so they don't get addicted. But then you can't stop a kid from imagining or doing make believe stuff like pretending they're fighting with swords and stuff, and that's to an extent kind of like D&D.
Yeah, like you can't stop. You can play anywhere kasi. Even when everything's out, when you barely have anything. I started playing D&D without minis, without maps, but we would go live. We would have like small rocks as tokens or random objects, and we would still play. We don't really need anything except ourselves.
And interestingly enough, when we were in Renfaire, we had dinner after. We were with a couple of friends. I was with some friends from Iloilo and Bacolod, and we were having dinner. Then we were like, let's play D&D. There was a bunch of us who didn't play. Si Gang Stacks, the one who can do the girl voice and stuff. The other content creators, sila Glocos. And then we were all together, and then one of them was a DM, my friend from Bacolod, and we were like, make us a story. And we did it in an hour. We had like 1 hour to do it because the restaurant was closing, and it was so much fun. And for a first timer, like it was like a whole new experience. They lost themselves in the immersion, which was cool. All right, next, okay. Oh wait, I think that was our fourth question. Perfect.
Oh,
Okay. I guess that means that we can do our first two giveaways. So we're gonna switch the screen to talking screen B, and there we go. All right, guys, in the comment section, are you guys excited to see if you won the custom Paddy dice? So I think now's a good time to show the dice. Can you show us the dice?
here it is.
Check
There's a
that out.
little inside.
So there's a 3D printed Paddy. If you guys aren't familiar with Paddy, that's our mascot in Gank. So how many copies of these do we have?
So we have 4.
So 4. We only have 4 in existence, right?
Yes, only 4.
We only have 4 in existence. So if you get one of these, it's kind of like an art toy. You literally have 1 out of 4 in the entire world. So hopefully whoever wins it can use it and appreciate it and take care of it forever because we don't know what's gonna happen with it. Like, are we gonna make more or this is just it? So let's see. So are you ready for our first winner? Let's roll the dice. roll the dice. I mean, like spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel. So before I spin the wheel, I just want to say thank you to everybody who joined. So these are people who joined the multiple entries from Instagram and TikTok. We had, like you had to follow the pages, and thank you so much for supporting both Gank and of course Dicerino. So let's go. 3, 2, 1. First winner is Siari Manhit. So I am not sure if you are watching the stream right now, but of course you are the winner, Siari Manhit. This is from Instagram. I know that's from Instagram because the ones from TikTok have the at the very beginning. So this one's an Instagram winner. Congratulations, Siari Manhit. So you win the dice. So let's go. Next winner. So 2 out of 4. And the next winner, the second winner is... No way! Oh, I know this guy. GG, it's Tempo. Tempo won. Chester won dice. So this is somebody actually funny. I play Magic the Gathering with this guy.
Oh my god.
So like I taught him how to play Magic the Gathering, and then he got so addicted and he plays way more than me. Congratulations, Tempo. You are a winner, bro. Let me just actually send him a message. He's gonna be so happy. I can't believe he's not on here. Congratulations, dude. Okay, so now those are our 2 winners for now. That's Siari Manhit and GG's Tempo. So thank you so much for those who joined. We're gonna have 2 more winners later, but we're gonna go back to the interview, switching the camera, and let's continue with the interview. Okay. Can you see the Dungeons and Dragons community growing here in the Philippines?
Actually, ever since lumabas yung Baldur's Gate and Elden Ring, it's been spiking. And then suddenly Renfaire. And suddenly we have these new events that are also like fantasy based. So I really do see it growing. I mean, like there's the new event by Greasy Snitches. There's another one like One Shot, and it's been growing a lot, actually. Especially that D&D also was featured in Stranger Things.
Yes, in Stranger Things, right? Like
so, I can clearly see that it's a lot more people are starting to get into it. When we were in Renfaire, a lot of people were approaching us as saying like, where can we start? I've always wanted to play D&D. I've been curious. I've seen so many people get more and more curious. I'm pretty sure all of them are playing now.
It's really interesting because of Netflix. Netflix is actually what made anime a little bit mainstream. Like people watch more anime because it's on Netflix, and because of Stranger Things, which was on Netflix, it starts off kind of D&D themed, but later on they actually show them like Eddie playing D&D. Like they're playing D&D, like actual a game and stuff, and they make it look so intense and so fun. And I know a lot of people who watch those episodes love the characters, especially in the latest season with Eddie. And they wanted to try to play the game, and they loved it, right? So yeah, pretty interesting. And also in terms of like Renfaire, what I found so interesting was, oh my gosh, we're out in the mountains, we're out in the middle of a forest, and then you could be immersing yourself in Renfaire, but I saw a bunch of people. I know a bunch of friends who stayed in the D&D section the whole day, playing D&D in the forest. Like they chose.
It's the best place to immerse yourself with your characters, with your story. It's like so in theme.
That's right. Oh, by the way, in the comment section, Tempo just arrived. I told him to check out the stream, and hey, you can show him the dice. He's on the stream right now. Yeah, look at that custom dice, bro. Look at that. That's so nice. It's a clear dice, and with the numbers, you can see them right there, and with a 3D printed little paddy in the middle. That's a nice dice, bro. Congratulations.
It's still unpainted, but we're gonna paint it after.
Yeah. So, yeah. D&D is definitely growing here, and there are people who I know aren't geeks who would never play a board game in their life. They said they would never play a board game in their life. Video games forever, or no video games, no games at all. But now they're super into the whole community of D&D, of playing games. Baldur's Gate also helped the D&D experience kind of like proliferate here in the Philippines. And Magic the Gathering also had like collaborations with Baldur's Gate. So
Oh yeah,
there are
all
sets
that.
with Baldur's Gate. So like, the community that plays Magic the Gathering, they start getting curious about D&D and they start playing that as well. So that's cool.
Yeah, it's becoming mainstream now.
Very, very mainstream. And yeah, next question. Okay. What is it like making and painting the paddy dice? Like, what was it like, the experience?
Okay, well, when I was making this, inserts are not really um unfamiliar to us. So it was not really that hard, but it was painting it. That was a big challenge. I'm not the one painting it. It's actually a partner because of Dicerino.
Mm-hmm.
Um she's really good at painting dice. And when she painted the paddy dice, I like fell asleep, and the next morning all of the paddies were painted. I don't know how she did it,
So,
but it's
in terms of the
still.
creation process, what is your role?
I'm the dice maker, so I'm the one who puts Patty inside. I'm the one who sure who makes sure that Patty's in the middle. I'm also the one who makes sure that the sanding process, that it's shiny. I don't know if you can see it,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
it's
yeah.
shiny and it's pantay.
Yeah, and
Um,
it's a balanced dice, so it's not unfair.
yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
have to make sure that everything inside is resin. Even Paddy is made of resin, so that nothing is unbalanced. So that's my job.
Yeah, and if people are curious, the people who are watching, we have a bunch of reels featuring Dicerino talking about the 9 mistakes you can make as a dice maker. So that was really interesting for me. They got lots of views because people probably are really, really into. Actually, some of the reels we made together are some of our most viewed. So
Um,
yes, D&D
thank
and dice making is turning mainstream, which is very, very interesting. Like after the pandemic, everyone just really got into it. Now, okay, so how's your experience with Gank? Gank itself, like working with Gank for the giveaway, maybe selling your stuff on Gank, or like this interview. I hope you're having fun. Only good things, man. Just kidding.
Yeah, I'm having fun in this interview. Okay, Gank has really helped us, especially because before we started with Gank, we were already thinking how are we gonna sell our stocks online, like
Mm.
streamline our stocks, and really Gank helped us in making sure that we have a solid shop.
Hmm.
It's also now easier between clients and us, especially so much easier to order, and everyone in Gank has been so nice to us.
Ah,
Communication has been very open. It's been very smooth, absolutely no problems. That's why it's been so useful. Shout out to Bea and Frankie, thank you. We as Dicerino, we have really enjoyed our time here in Gank. We enjoy our time here.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy to hear that. And yeah, thank you so much for supporting us and being a part of Gank. It's really great. And seeing you in events just makes us so, so proud of you guys. So hope to see you guys in more events. Now, last question. What are some of your tips for artists who want to sell their creations? Not just dice, everything in general.
Okay, so my biggest tip for you guys is to do your research and to booth with friends. When I say do your research, I mean check out what the conventions are and what they are about. Ayaw naman natin malugi. So we kind of want that the conventions are aligned with whatever art or objects we are selling, and make sure to booth with friends if you're starting. I remember my first convention as a dice maker. It was a disaster. It was not good.
Oh man.
The second convention was totally not good. It was around the third of convention that we were starting to kind of see that it was starting to get okay. And after so many conventions, boothing now is fun because we now have experience. It will be discouraging at some point, but then if you just keep on going, you're going to break through that discouragement, that lows, you'll find your rhythm. Um, I remember we always used to booth with friends. Now we have booths individually because
Yeah,
now we already understand how we're going to do this. But it's good to have a friend who's experienced at it and join them. You
that's
know,
true.
for and then
It's a
event.
good way to start, right? Like,
Yeah, I remember yung first partner namin boots was si Yanni Box. She would make keycaps, also resin, so that it's kind of aligned with our dice. Every now and then, she would still partner with us, and she was so much more experienced than us, so she helped us in like gathering like what stuff we need to buy, what displays we need to improve on, and it really helped.
yeah, and it's cool because what you can pick up from them, you can learn, you can put it into your own formula, your own rhythm, your own tempo, and then you can work with what you're comfortable with eventually when you're boothing alone. But the thing about boothing is really, like you said, it's an investment. You know, like it's not always gonna be great in the beginning because you remember the first time you booth, you're really just trying to get out there. You're trying to
Yeah.
meet people, create retention, and stuff like that.
And before it was so awkward because we didn't know anyone. And now every time we booth, it was always like, oh, we're gonna meet this person there. Oh, you're gonna be there. Oh, great, see you there. It's like we know everyone, or at least we know a lot of people who are going there.
That's right.
So, uh, it's so fun to see your friends again in booths again.
And Frankie Angelou said it helps to be in a supportive community.
Yes, very much
The
so.
D&D community is honestly hyper supportive. Like there's so many micro groups that just want to help people grow and just proliferate the knowledge about D&D and how to play it. Yeah.
And it's really rewarding to see someone enjoy your art, no matter what type of art form that is. Anyone who would just enjoy what you bring, it's such a fulfilling feeling.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Now, yes. All right. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's cool, and I hope a lot of the newer creators and the newer, artists who want the booth can learn from that. Again, it's an investment. You have to grow into it. Don't be phased by the first one or two or three booths because you're slowly growing. You just can't feel it, but you are, right?
Yeah, definitely.
That's right. And again, like if you are shy to booth and you want to try something out, you can always just use, Gank. Like you can put your stuff up on there and then, create like an online presence because online presence is super important. When you're nowadays, especially if you're trying to make a brand for yourself, you need to grow online and having a online store adds legitimacy to that claim as well. And oh, he just he says, please, I want to win. You're right. You're right on time because we're about to announce the next two winners. Are you ready? So we already have two winners on here. We have again CRD Manhit and then GG's Tempo. So can we show the dice one more time to everyone who wants to see them? That's right, a clear dice. They're gonna paint on the numbers very soon. And we have Paddy made of resin right in the middle, smack dab in the middle. Let's roll the dice na naman. Like let's spin the wheel. Let's spin the wheel. Ready and go. Okay. Who is our winner? Just Alex Things. This is on Instagram because there's no at. So just Alex Things. If you're here on the stream, congratulations. You're joining our winners. We have 3 winners so far. There's still one more die. There's one more die up for grabs. Again, there's only 4 of these in existence. So you're gonna have a limited edition special dice that's from Gank, a partnership between Dicerino and Gank. So one more. Are you guys manifesting? So there are people who are commenting right now. She's here. Justine really wants to win these dice. So let's see. Last winner. 3, 2, and here we go. I'm kind of rooting for her a little bit. Okay, and the winner is someone from. Okay, this is someone from TikTok. So somebody. So underscore somebody on TikTok. So congratulations. Those are our 4 winners. Sorry, Jnar, you didn't win this one. Maybe you can order. Oh, it's easy enough to just order some custom dice from Dicerino and support them, of course. So somebody just won. So it literally says somebody. So our 4 winners, Ciari Manhit, GG's Tempo, and Just Alex Things on Instagram. And we have at _somebody on TikTok. So congratulations to our 4 winners. You win the custom dice. You are the only 4 people in the Philippines, in the world, who have these dice. And these dice. Oh man, it's so confusing when there's multiple dice. But yes, congratulations. And yeah, we're gonna reach out to you after the stream to give these away. Now, last question. It's not a question, actually. It's an invitation for Mara of Dicerino to share their socials and promote any upcoming events or projects that you're doing. So
we're on Instagram and Facebook, so it's Dicerino PH.
Mm-hmm.
We're also on Gank, of course.
Dicerino PH.
Actually on Patron of the Arts Originals.
Ooh.
Most of our dice would be based on personal mga players ko, my players, and people that I have met who have their characters in D&D. So most of them have titles that are based on the players I've met.
Okay.
So most of personal, that means that those dice are a lot of love and definitely unrepeatable. We cannot repeat those designs.
Okay. What about upcoming events? Are you have any upcoming events coming up?
Besides for Patron of the Arts Originals, we also have, of course, Fable. We're
Fable.
also going to be in the Greasy Snitches event.
Greasy Snitches.
We also will be in One Shot.
Daming events, huh? You have so many events coming up.
Tuloy-tuloy. May
Yeah.
Patron of Halloween pa kami.
Oh my god, the grind never stops. But that's good because the demand is always gonna be there the more that D&D just grows here in the Philippines. And Fable, I'm pretty excited for that. It's gonna be kind of the D&D centric Renaissance fair hybrid. So of course you guys are gonna fit right in over there. I'm sure they're gonna have like game booths and stuff.
We're actually sponsoring in Fable.
Ooh.
So just like what we did in Renfaire, we're doing the same thing for Fable.
Perfect. And a lot of people loved your booth in Renfaire. They're gonna love it in Fable as well. So guys, if you want to stay up to date, Dicerino PH, Facebook, Instagram, Gank, they announce there all the time. They show new dice. If you have any, if you're thinking about making having custom dice made, you can check out their feeds. They have lots of beautiful dice. Like sometimes they have flowers in them and all that stuff, or maybe like you can. What is the weirdest thing? Okay, so what is the weirdest thing that you've ever put inside a dice?
I have put teeth into dice.
Key? A key?
Teeth, as in
Teeth? Like a tooth?
Yeah.
What the heck? Is it like a human tooth?
No, it's a shark tooth naman.
It's a shark tooth.
So-
Okay. Oh my
So
gosh.
it's more hygienic. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh man, it would be cool with a human tooth though. Like this is literally my dice. It has my DNA inside it.
It's your DNA in it. If someone requests that, I would not say no.
It'd be cool if it was like a necromancer player. If they have a human tooth inside that,
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That makes sense.
Ideas. But yes, thank you so much again, Amara, for being here. Thanks for taking time to hang out with us. Again, you can, guys, if you guys enjoyed this little interview, yeah, stick right here. Oh my gosh, I'm running out of words. Stay right here in Gank Studios, where we talk about how to become a better content creator, and we interview some of the best creators out there, whether that's in the Philippines or around Southeast Asia. And we are very, very fortunate to have Mara of Dicerino here as well. So our family is growing, and yes, thank you so much, Mara. Hope you had fun.
I had so much fun, and thank you, then. This was such a great help, and this was such a nice experience.
All right. Thank you so much. I'll catch you around. And guys, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Gank Studios to stay updated with our upcoming interviews, all the content that we're making, and all the events that we're going to be a part of as Gank. So I'll see you guys. Once again, I'm Cholo Tolentino. This is Mara from Dicerino, and we want to say bye. So see you guys in the next stream.
Bye.